This is going to be the last part of Faded Dreams of Division Street. And here we go. The man checking his fly intended to become drunker than a hoot owl. Standing beneath an old-style sign that read Zimni People, he had hard, muscular arms with liver spots on his hands that seemed out of place. Francis Machinek, our ghost guide, used to lament in the pages of Ogren's The Man with the Golden Arm that every other doorway led into a tavern, and he had as much on the other guy as he had on you. I find a place. Yeah, I know I said that earlier, but the other time was in quotes. And we get paid by the word. You find a place, you make it your territory. There were spots reminiscent on the Orange Lantern, a place from back in the day when taverns put something behind their names. No GD sports or theme bars, dice girls, cigarette girls, cats that sleep atop a framed picture of Pope John Paul II, and the light behind a bar that went from green to yellow to red. Open the last call to get the hell out. All of you bums. He goes back in the way he came, into the Gold Star, an SRO motel above it, the weight crushing down on the painted logo. There's a lipless wonder that everyone calls Coco Loco, making advances down the bar as if each stool inhabited by a female is a slot machine. The accordion music pumps out of an old jukebox, and Coco Locos shoot out like a fly ball moving past the Toyota sign out onto Sheffield Avenue. The time slows and backs up, the last stop being the Bop Shop at 1807 West Division, home of live jazz bands. In present day, it is a failed sushi bar. The inside's gutted to flecks of gray. What did they expect? 10 years back, huge booths with pea green upholstery, a painting of Charlie Bird Parker wailing away not far from Charlie Mingus, John Coltrane, Bessie Smith, and Lester Young, all observing the stage from their individual places above these pea green booths. The guy running the bar smoked Winston's. Talk was small. 9/11 hadn't happened yet. In a few minutes, Ron Dwyer on tenor sax will play with the Holly Cole Trio. Until then, a generic cop show flashes silently on a television angled below a ham sign. The beer refreshing. There's a cat named Boogie. He used to come in during the summer, same as it is now, whenever the music was playing. The cat's owner moved, the jazz cat at Division Street stayed. Word was it that he somehow helped a cop named Rizzy arrest a felon in the Norb laundromat. That is open to conjecture. Before the Bop Shop, the joint had been the Lucky Stop, and it was Stanley Wozniak that had installed those pea green booths that were turned to rubble by fools a half-century later. After he died, the place was run by his widow Manya until her death in 1981. Remember, no one retires to the suburbs from Division Street. The Shostaks and the Momics who live out their downtime away from the factories are slowly being replaced by any number of ethnic names. Mexican, Hindi, Jamaican. Throw a pin on a wall map. You find them all, some of them students, others professionals, at Leo's Luncheonette, next to the Bop Shop, is gone. Phyllis's has evening hours now. The construction workers are building townhouses in Wicker Park now. It's early summer 2011. A redhead named Kara serves eggs sunny side up, hash browns, and steaming coffee, Nick's on the decaf. The counter is a backwards L. Taking quick glances at Kara's green eyes is like looking at the moon before it fades behind the nighttime clouds. Leo's is another holdout in the city that is perpetually changing. Ogren's Frankie Machine was a car dealer strung out on morphine who ended up swinging, in the worst sense, in a flop house on Maypole Street back in 1948. Forget the spoon-fed crap Preminger put in the film with Sinatra and Novak. Forget celluloid. Look for the word. Read about the real machine, strung out on hope and trouble, on bad dreams and trouble. That was Division Street then. The neighborhood changes ever so slowly. Most trendy clubs look the same from the outside, but for the Bud Light signs, neon signs that are shoved up against the windows. The horizon of buildings is the same. broken grin of a prize fighter. Sonny Liston, Gorgeous George, more ghosts. Why the hell would you want to leave anyway, baby? Where else can you haunt in peace? Sure, that tenor sax from a decade ago, moving up and down, can still be hypnotic, but it doesn't produce troubled dreams anymore. Division Street is on its way back up, and most of us never knew it was gone. Wayne Allen Sally, Burbank, Illinois, 27 March 11. And that's that. Part 4 is done. This is Wayne Allen Sally, 11:29 p.m., 28th of March 2011. And as you well know, Burbank, Illinois. Here's to you, Nelson.